Hello, Waunakee community. My name is Randy Gutenberg, Superintendent for Waunakee Community School District. And I want to take a few minutes to discuss the November 8th school referendum that you will find on the ballot during the elections on November 8th. For this particular video, I want to focus in on the second question that will be on the ballot with regards to operations. Before I get into that, one of the things that we are focusing on with regards to the growth of the school district is to share some of our successes, things we are proud of, but also to articulate some of our needs. We are a people business. We service 4,400 students on any given day, and we have approximately 650 staff across all of our programs in all of our schools. When we take a look at the work that we do with kids, it's very much a people-driven business. Each of our adults is associated with some program and some supports for kids that then translates into activities and opportunities for them. The bottom part of the screen really articulates some of the great achievements that our students have accomplished over time. And this is part of what we want to continue with as we focus on the future of Waunakee Community School District. There are two questions on the November 8th referendum. The first one is a capital projects question, which is with regards to constructing a new Heritage Elementary, a new middle school, facility maintenance projects, and some additional projects, particularly that are curricular related at our high school, and some minor renovations out here at central office on Bethel Circle at our administrative offices. I have completed some shorter videos that speak more specifically to this question, but in this video, I want to focus really on the second one, which is dealing with operations. When we look at the operations of our schools, it's really funding all of those things that occur that impact the operations of our schools, the maintenance of our schools, taking care of our schools, and most importantly, taking care of our students that attend Waunakee Community School District. When we look at our school district over time, we have done fairly well with being able to maintain our programs and maintain our growth as the growth in our community has helped us to navigate through the state funding formula that's been in place since 1992. In recent years, this has become much more challenging, particularly as we see our growth being impacted also by inflationary factors that cause some financial challenges for us to not only maintain some of the programs, to grow our programs, and also to be able to operate within a very difficult labor market, as many sectors of the business world are also experiencing. So our second question on the referendum ballot that you will see on November 8th is what's titled a recurring operational referendum. There's two types of operational referendums that school districts can bring forward. One is recurring and one is non-recurring. For purposes of this video, and for the referendum that's taking place on November 8th, we have a $6 million, 3-year non-recurring operational referendum. The two types of referendums are recurring and non-recurring. A recurring referendum would be for a dollar amount that, if approved by the voters, would then stay on our base budget moving forward, and our school board would have the authority to levy those dollars moving forward without an end date. A non-recurring referendum, which is what this referendum on November 8th is structured as, it allows for the dollars, if approved, to be utilized by the school district, but there's a time constraint or a time commitment that those are only good for. So in this case, 3-year non-recurring, so for the next 3 years. The purpose for us requesting these dollars for operational purposes is, one, to attract and retain quality staff. One of the things that we are trying to maintain is the excellent staff that we have in our school district. When we take a look at the salaries that we pay for our professional staff, our teaching staff particularly, when we look at that in comparison to districts that are comparable to Waunakee, we are the average line. I mean, from our beginning teachers to our most experienced teachers, we really track along the average salaries for our comparable districts. We feel it's extremely important that we be able to maintain that and not fall below average in our pay for our professional staff. Secondarily, when we look at our hourly staff, which are so critical for our operations, we fall about 12% below the average line. So we feel that that is a critical area for us to address moving forward. So 4.1 million of the $6 million that are being articulated here is specifically geared towards that purpose. Additionally, we want to maintain some of the existing programs that we've added over the last several years, particularly math and reading interventionists. These were programmatic changes that we've had in our visioning cycle for several years. We've added them utilizing some of the federal funds that were provided for COVID relief over the last few years. And we feel that those are vital for us to continue moving forward. And then the third purpose for requesting operational funds is for some of the new construction and some of the additional square footage. We have some additional needs with staffing, custodial maintenance, et cetera, that we want to make sure that we can maintain our programs in the way that we expect them so that they can last for generations moving forward. As we take a look at how this referendum, this operational referendum would be structured, like I shared, it's a $6 million, 3-year, non-recurring referendum. That means it would go out for between the school year 2023 and conclude at the end of the 24-25 school year. If approved, this would give us an authority to phase this in $1 million in the current fiscal year that we are in right now. And then moving into the 23-24 school year, the $1 million would remain. Plus, we would add an additional $2 million for a total of $3 million added to our budget for 23-24. And then moving forward into 23-24 school year, the $3 million would maintain, plus an additional $3 million on top of that for a total of $6 million of authority for us to levy and to utilize for the purposes articulated in the previous slide in the 24-25 school year. So the maximum amount that we would have access to in any one given year would be $6 million. If you total those dollars up over the 3 years, the 1 million plus the additional 3 plus the 6, that equals $10 million of a commitment over the 3-year period. After that 3-year period, then we would need to come back to the community to seek additional authority to continue that spending into the subsequent years. The school board felt that a non-recurring referendum for 3 years with these dollar amounts was appropriate at this time to really get a sense of really what is going to be happening with our economy over the next few years. How will our state budget respond as far as supports for schools? And we felt that over 3 years, that gives us an ability to clearly articulate what our needs are, and then to come back to the community in 24-25 school year to further articulate those moving forward. So this is a 3-year non-recurring referendum that builds up to $6 million of authority in the 3rd year. I thank you for tuning into this part of our video series on the 2022 November 8th referendum. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can see our phone number on the screen, along with our website, which has additional information and these videos, frequently asked questions, and additional information about the referendum. And you're always welcome to also email us at the email address on the screen as well. We greatly appreciate your interest in the Waunakee Community School District, the referendum that will be on the ballot on November 8th. And we encourage everybody to get out and vote and express your opinions on the direction and the future direction of our school district and our community. Thank you for your time.